3, 2, 1.
Okay, so good morning to the ones in Indonesia and good evening to the ones in America. Welcome and thank you for attending this session with us, PERMIAS Nasional. My name is Aurelia Leona, and today we will be sharing more about our departments in this new administration. We'll also be going through the recruitment process and timeline for prospective applicants. So before we begin this info session, Michelle, our president, will give you guys a few words and introduce what is PERMIAS Nasional all about. Go ahead, Michelle.
Thanks for the warm introduction, Aurel. Sama thank you semua buat everyone who's excited to join PERMIAS Nasional and are attending this info session right now, whether on Zoom or you guys are watching the live stream on YouTube. Very happy that we've received a lot of interest as well as questions on, what is PERMIAS Nasional, what do we do, as well as how do I apply and get more involved. So I'm very excited that everyone is here and attending, and hopefully me and the team can accommodate and answer all your questions. And I'm very looking forward to get to know all of you, as well as potentially working with all of you throughout the next year to make PERMIAS Nasional grow even bigger than it already is this year. So before I start, maybe so I can also sort of showcase everyone in our team. If you see anyone with a yellow background, that means they're part of our current board. Mungkin if everyone wants to quickly just introduce themselves, their name, their department, and then after that, I can start to sort of talk about PERMIAS a bit more.
Maybe I can start. Hi, everyone. My name is Latisa. I'm the VP of External in PERMIAS Nasional. So I'm heading 6 departments, which include events, organizational development, koordinator wilayah, academic research and professional development, partnerships, and yeah, I think that's, was that 6? I think that was, yeah. Okay.
Nif, silahkan.
I guess I can go next. Hello, everyone. My name is Hanif. I'm currently a master's student in Penn State University. Terus di kepengurusan yang ini, saya dapat amanah jadi VP of Internal Affairs. Di bawahnya ada 6 department. Jadi tadi external 6, di internal juga 6. Ada General Affairs, kemudian ada Finance, Fundraising, HRD, PNP, and the Tech team. Yeah. Silakan next. If I can make a request, the one who make this event
happen.
Yeah. Go ahead for the HR team.
Yeah, maybe I can introduce first. Hello, everyone. Sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Harun. I'm a first-year PhD student at University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I will be the co-director of HR for this administration. Alongside me, there's also Daphne. Maybe you can introduce yourself, Daphne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daphne. I'm a undergrad senior at UCLA studying physiology, and I'm one of the co-directors for HRD. I'll pass it on to one of my officers. Any one of you wants to go first?
I can go. My name's Salma. I'm a first-year master's student at Georgia Tech studying material science and engineering, and I'm also an HRD officer this year. Mungkin Aurel, if you want to go for it.
Yeah, sure. Hello, as I've said before, my name is Aurelia. I'm a junior at Boston University, and I'm also an HR officer. But Lisa, you can go ahead next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa. I'm a graduate student at Carnegie Mellon University. I'm part of HRD team for this year. I'll pass it on to
chat.
Yeah, di chat.
Hi everyone. Sorry I don't have my camera on, but I'm currently a senior studying at UF, and I'm serving as one of the officers in HRD.
All right, maybe another department, the PNP. Come on, introduce yourselves.
Okay, I can introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Angelina. You can call me Angie, and I'm co-directing this year's PNP along with Nadira. And I'm a junior at School of Visual Arts studying design. Nadira, you can go next.
Hi everyone. My name is Nadira. I'm currently an undergrad senior at NYU studying Business and Technology Management, and I'll be co-directing PNP with NG.
Is there anyone who hasn't introduced themselves? Stephanie?
Cool. Yeah, no, I can introduce myself. So, hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm a junior/senior at University of Kansas studying architectural engineering and journalism. And I'm gonna be co-directing organization development or chapter development with Olin.
All right, I think that's everyone. So I'll just start with the presentation. Thanks for your beautiful introductions, and hopefully you guys get to know them a bit more throughout the input session and the networking session. Maybe if you can go to the slide. So I'll just point out a little bit about the organizational overview. And as you can see here, we have, me leading the internal VP and external VP, and then through this divide, I guess, like there's two sides, which is the internal vice president, and the functions of a lot of these departments most of the time are in supporting resources, as well as sometimes creating their own events for usually the internal community of PERMIAS Nasional, as well as chapters. So general affairs team, finance, fundraising and business development, human resource and development, tech and digital transformation, and promotions and publications. If you guys have looked at the form, you've probably seen these departments as well. And then Hanif and Latisa Hanif as the internal VP and Latisa as the external VP will explain more. And then for the external VP, we have community outreach and alumni relations, organizational development, coordinator wilayah, partnership events, and academic research and professional development. Before we move on to sort of getting into the specifics of each of these department, I just want to speak a little bit about our vision and mission. Essentially, our vision is to create a world-renowned organization that creates a home away from home for all Indonesian students in the US through building the strong community of academic.
Zoom meeting.
I think
Gak usah nyalain video.
Mic is unmuted. Caitlin. Okay, thank you. And to build a strong community of academic, talented, and professional, accomplished future world leaders. So hopefully you guys are on board with that, and then with our mission to support essentially all the students and create value-add programs for all the students from an academic, professional, as well as social standpoint. And without further ado and holding back, Latisa and first Hanif is going to present the internal department, and Latisa is going to present the external department to give you guys a bit more in-depth overview of what all our departments do and what amazing events as well as objectives they have in store for the coming year. So take it away, Hanif.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. So this is for the internal division. So the first one, we have general affairs. Jadi general affairs itu consist of generalists sama secretaries. Currently for this open recruitment yang kita buka adalah posisi untuk secretaries. So they will be responsible for mainly organizing general and departmental documents, which consists of letters. Jadi ntar ada surat masuk, surat keluar, itu semua melalui secretary. Terus ada meeting notes dan basically archiving organizational documents and files. I think it's pretty straightforward for secretaries. Kemudian next. Then we have the finance team. So they will be responsible for basically managing the general cash flow and also the treasury of PERMIAS Nasional. Jadi ntar all cash flow, cash in and cash out itu bakal melalui this finance team. They have the authority to say that, oh, you cannot spend this much money, or oh, we actually have more money if you want to spend it. Itu semua melalui the finance team. They will also organize the financial report and also manage the organizational treasury. Next. And then the next one, ini related to the previous department juga, ini fundraising and business development. Jadi this is a very interesting department karena kita they will be responsible for satisfying the financial needs of PERMIAS Nasional. Jadi nanti they will plan and execute a lot of fundraising and business development strategies. So they will be focusing on more on the cash in. They will set up the stores and basically setting up a new sustainable business, because that's what one of the thing that we are trying to achieve in this administration. We'd like to set up some business platform for the organization, and then they will also collaborate with the partnerships department to manage sponsors. Next. And then we have this very special department, HRD, Human Resources and Development. They are actually, jadi ini tadi mungkin udah perkenalan, udah ada beberapa member of the team, but we are still open if anyone is interested in joining the team, because we need more resources to take care of the rest of the human resources within the organization. So they will be responsible for ensuring the performance and well-being of PERMIAS National officers and their professional development. So jadi one of the things that they will be responsible about is this officer recruitment. And then also after the recruitment, they will be responsible in setting up KPI and individual evaluation system. So we're basically going to evaluate how each of the officers is doing within PERMIAS Nasional, because one of our focus is to make sure that everyone gets some added value in joining PERMIAS Nasional. Jadi mereka semua kita making sure that everyone gets a benefit by joining PERMIAS Nasional. So they will also set up some organizational skill trainings for the other departments. Next. And then we also have the tech and digital transformation department. Jadi they will work as the supporting system for the whole PERMIAS Nasional for everything concerning digital platforms. So one of their main responsibility is developing our website. So we have a website, permiasnasional.com. And also we have some other smaller websites. So basically all digital platforms, that will be the responsibility of the tech team. And also internally, we will have an integrated mailing and archiving system that will also be the responsibility of the tech team. So for those of you who have interest in web development atau programming, doesn't necessarily already have the capabilities. Kayak bisa aja kalau misalkan dari teman-teman ada yang belum bisa tapi pengen punya keahlian di bidang itu, you are also welcome to join, because then nanti kita akan punya training juga yang bisa ngelatih teman-teman untuk bisa do website development. Next. And then we also have the PNP, Promotion Publications. So it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, they will focus on marketing of PERMIAS National events and also other programs. And they will also manage the social media for us. Jadi kalau tadi website itu yang handle dari tech team. Kalau untuk social media, we have Instagram, Facebook, and etc. Itu yang handle bakal dari promotion and publications. So ya, mereka juga punya other platforms. Mungkin some of you have already heard about Overheard PERMIAS. Jadi kayak suka ada jokes segala macam, ada memes. Kadang kita sambil ngobrol ada yang nyeletuk ini, terus kok kayaknya lucu, itu akan jadi mangsa buat Overheard. Jadi they will be posted there gitu, Overheard PERMIAS. Terus ada juga kata, so we basically reach out to certain people for them to take over our Instagram. So yeah, basically it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, their main task will be to promote PERMIAS Nasional as a whole organization through our social media platforms. Okay, yeah, shout out from one of our co-directors. Mereka yang paling gercep biasanya kalau soal promote, because that's their specialty. So if you guys are interested in marketing and promotion stuff, please join this department. Next. Yeah, I think that's it from the internal. I will hand it over to my peer, Latisa.
Thanks, Nif. Shout out to Hanif and Michelle for being really good parents to me, because they're both older than me, so it's been really fun having them around. I think that we have a very compact team this cabinet year. Jadi really excited about that. Yeah, let's get into a few of the departments but external, and I'll have kind of like a summary overview about what each department does. Yep, next, thank you. So community outreach and alumni relations. One of the biggest goals for this department is pretty much database and member database specifically. So we're planning on having PERMIAS forums and PERMIAS Asmara. PERMIAS Asmara is a potential kind of dating site, I guess, and it's more of like a socializing site. And we're also going to have PERMIAS forums, which is basically different groups of people coming together based on their interests in order to kind of build up ideas and bounce ideas off of each other in addition to networking. Next. We also have organizational development, which can also be renamed chapter development, because it focuses a lot on the growth and creation of chapters. We also have workshops and drive, which includes different types of workshops for our members. So in the past, we had kind of like, how to make a deck, or kind of like how-to workshops to kind of amplify your skills. And we also have the hub, which is an events platform. So different PERMIAS chapters and different organizations that have like relations to PERMIAS are able to post their events. So people are able to log on to the website and they can see kind of what's available on that day or for the next few days. Shout out to Stephanie also, because she just said on the chat box, so go sign up for OrgDev. It's really fun. Next slide. Thank you. Jadi we also have what's called Koordinator Wilayah. Actually, what's really interesting about Koordinator Wilayah is it's kind of, it's pretty much a building bridge between PERMIAS National and the different chapters. So they focus a lot on kind of one Koordinator Wilayah for each region. So currently we have 9. And so for example, there's East Coast 1, 2, 3, West Coast 1, 2, 3, and Midwest 1, 2, 3. And for each region, I guess. So for example, for East Coast 2, they would focus on New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So kind of focusing their energy on a few on the different PERMIAS chapters in that area, and making sure that they have what they need. And for example, if they need any help, need extra resources, that we're going to be the ones to provide it for them. Next, thank you. We also have partnerships, which is a really exciting department as well. What they focus on is maintaining relations with our external organizations. And they also focus on kind of if any of the departments are creating an event or need any extra help, potentially need speakers, we would reach out to our respective partners and they would be able to kind of help us out so we're kind of like promoting for each other. We also have different different partners right now. Currently, we have Menos, Kerja.io, KJD KBRI, JIPA, and IPA, which are our potential partners for the next coming year, for this cabinet year, sorry. Yeah, next. We also have events, which is actually really exciting, and it's a really interesting department as well because of the way it's structured. So events has 2 co-directors and 4 to 5 project managers. And these project managers are in charge of the different events that we're planning for this upcoming cabinet year, which is Welcoming Party Series, a sports series, a career fair, and of course the annual Congress at the end of the year. And what's going to happen with the project managers is they're going to be able to kind of pull officers from different departments and potentially bring in their own friends or people that they trust to work with, even outside of PERMIAS National, to help them build on this event. And if they continue their interest for the next few months and want to help out with the other events, they're very much free to do so. So it's going to be really fun. Next slide. We also have academic research and professional development, which is exactly what it is. So it focuses on academic research and professional development, specifically through the programs of Warkada and Persepsi. So for this cabinet year, I think that we're potentially planning a big educational summit. And Warkada is going to be one of like the biggest players in that event. And we also have Persepsi, which focuses on peer mentoring, and in collaboration with Manos, we are also gonna have, we're gonna focus on general mentorship and peer mentoring. And the peer mentoring is gonna be more towards master students peer mentorship. So it's gonna be, so there's gonna be an undergraduate and a master's mentorship in that program. So yeah, and also I'm gonna explain a bit about the scholarship program that's been in all the different departmental slides. What PERMIAS National kind of aspires to do juga is we want to execute a scholarship program for students who are potentially in need. And through all the departments from internal and external, we're gonna plan on kind of working together on that and executing that as well. And I think that's it for my external department. I can hand it over to HR if they want to explain a bit about the recruitment process.
Yep. So like I said before, my name was Daphne, and I'm one of the co-directors for HRD, Human Resources and Development. So I'll talk a little bit about the recruitment process in the next slide. So basically, for our recruitment process this year, this is the rough timeline that we have. Well, actually a set timeline that we have for you guys. So today we can see on July 12th, by the way, this is all in EST time. So July 12th, we have today's info session. Our application is due in 3 days. So we have the officer application deadline on July the 15th. You can, later on, you can see the link that we've prepared for you guys. So it's like, you can click on it, apply. It's due in 3 days. We do not accept we'll close the form, so we do not accept late applications. We've had some people ask about that. So I just want to make it clear that to make it fair for everybody, and to make sure that everybody follows the timeline, because we're on a strict timeline, we do not accept late applications. And then after your application is submitted, we'll go through them. And if you are selected as one of the if you're selected for an interview, then you'll get an email from us giving you choices to decide which interview times that you want to pick. You have 2 days to pick this in case you're in a different time zone, and you will be able to see like what times you can sign up for. Please do remember that it's first come, first serve. So whoever opens the email first, sees it, will be able to, but don't worry, we'll have lots of slots for you guys to pick from. And then from July 18th to the 22nd, we'll have what we call our first round of interviews, and depending on that one, we'll decide if some people need a second round of interviews or not. Not everybody will go through all of these, Well, this is the rough timeline. So the interviews can and will take place around July 18th to the 26th. You'll have a wide variety of times to choose from. So you won't have to be there for every single day from 18th to 26th, just letting you know this is around the time that we're looking to interview people. And then you can expect that everything will be done and decided by July 30th, when we'll be officially announcing our new officers. And then we have the general requirements that you guys need in order to apply. It's actually it's very free. Like, all you need to be is like a current Indonesian student in a US-based institution until next year, because we do count one school year as like your term or your commitment. You have to be committed to joining for like a whole year and be able to keep your motivation up for that amount of time. We are really looking for committed individuals. We understand that school is important as well. We do expect that people will be active throughout the administrative year. And finally, you can't stress this enough, that you have to fill in the officer application before July 15th before 11:59 p.m. EST time. We do not accept late applications, so please get that done in time. You still have 3 whole days till then, so we're hoping to see your application.
Okay, thank you, Daphne, for the explanation about the recruitment. Let me remind you, you can post any questions right now. This is the Q&A session, so any one of us can answer your questions. You can post it in the chat box, or you can raise your hand, I think. Is it possible to ask any questions?
Bisa.
Okay. I see that we have a question already from Yolanda Natalie.
Maybe 1 second, if I can just add one thing. Before we go to Q&A, if you guys can kindly check in and let us know that you attended this info session, came in, had the excitement and willingness to also come and just find out more. We'd really appreciate if you fill out the form so we can also note down that you guys have attended. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, it's info@permiasnasional.com. But if those questions are specifically towards recruitment, directly reach out to hrd@permiasnasional.com. So once again, scan the form to let us know that you attended the session, so we can note down your name as well, and know that you've attended the session to differentiate you guys from the other applicants. So I'll just keep the screen right here, but feel free to give any general questions right now, and then more specific questions will come later at the breakout room. Sorry, Aurel, for cutting you, but go ahead.
All good. Thank you, Michelle. I think we'll keep this on the screen for everyone. So I see that the first question is already up. Yes, you can be an officer if you're currently in Indonesia. We know it's currently in the middle of the pandemic, but as long as you are currently for the next year a US student, so a student studying in the United States, then of course you can apply.
What also determines in there real quick what it means by like a current student in the US? It means like that you're enrolled in a US institution. You don't currently have to be in the US, but as we're expecting people to come back in the fall, then that's what it means. I myself, I'm still in Indonesia, so people in Indonesia can still apply as long as they're enrolled in a US-based institution. Sorry, Arel. Go on.
It's okay. This is also another question for either Daphne or Harun. What determines whether you'd need a second round of interview or not, and what's the difference between interview round 1 and 2? Do you want me to? I think I can explain a bit. So the first and second round of interviews will be the same, but each round of interviews are different departments. So it's a different departments you kind of pick as your choices. And so for each interview, you'll only be interviewed by the department of choice, of your first choice or your second choice. Mas Harun, do you want to explain more?
Yeah, I just want to add that the first interview is the interview that will be your first department choice, and then we will do the interviews, we will ask you questions, we will follow up the everything that you have filled in the forms and everything, and then after that we decide whether you can directly roll into the department, or we need more considerations for you to get involved with us. Jadi mungkin karena itu makanya kita ada second round of interviews. Maybe we see that you have potentials in other departments, so that's why we will have second round of interviews. Itu sih.
Okay, then there's a question for specific questions about each department. Do we have a set of contacts to reach out to?
I don't think. Yeah, maybe I can answer this for Grace. So I assume it's about the interview. So once you sign in you sign in for the interview times, one of the directors or one of the HR team for the assigned departments will contact you to just follow up on the interview times, just to make sure that you will attend the interview. And then yes, the communication starts from there, actually. Yeah. So you don't need to have set of contacts to reach out. We will reach out to you because we have all your contact information, so we can contact you.
But additionally, if you want to know more about the department, let's say before filling out the form, we're going to have breakout rooms right after this. And you can talk to respective co-directors or even HR officers to know more about the department. And if you still need more info or you're just curious, you could try reaching out at any of these like email addresses or Instagram and just ask away.
Thank you. The next question, it's what's the time commitment? How often and how long are the meetings, or how many hours a week we should expect to commit? I think it would vary, depend on the department and depend on what is happening currently in that week or that month. For example, right now, we as HRD are really swamped because of this recruitment process. So there will be a lot more time and commitment, but I think you should set out a couple hours in a week or per week, I guess, for like meetings, because we're not all in the same place and we're all across the US. But you can ask more in the breakout rooms, because I think, yeah, it depends on the departments. Any more questions?
I can add a little bit maybe about that question.
Okay.
If I
Go
may.
ahead.
Yeah, since we are a student organization and this is a non-profit organization, so what we're doing right now is actually volunteering. So we are not expecting any hours from you guys. This is all volunteering works. So you are free to commit as much time as you will, and we really appreciate that. But the important thing is we are all here to learn. So if you are willing to learn and you want to get something from your experience in this organization, then you are free to join us.
Yep, I can also maybe give an example of how it was last year, karena this is a question I get a lot. Kebanyakan itu biasanya weekly meetings, actual meeting times itu biasanya 2 jam mungkin, atau kadang 3. Terus habis itu di luar those meeting times tergantung the workload, as Aurel has said. Like if sometimes it's very busy and then other times it's just a regular cadence. In the beginning it's going to be a bit more busy, habis itu there's going to be a regular cadence to it. And that depends on your department. Sometimes I've experienced it's literally just 1 hour of work. Sometimes it's just a meeting. And then other times is, 4 or 5 hours. And if you do have other obligations such as school and everything like that, we're very understanding as long as there's transparency and we keep communication open. I think that's very important. For other people yang benar-benar hobinya itu permias, mungkin kayak aku sendiri, Hanif atau Latisa, itu bisa 15 atau lebih gitu ya. But for sure, it depends on the department and you guys don't have to go to that extreme extent. Yeah.
Maybe gue juga bisa tambah dikit, Shell. Jadi I think maybe I can explain kind of like at least for some of the external departments specifically. Kayak for example, if you decided to go to the events department and you wanted to be an officer there, I think something to keep aware of is like there's probably going to be a lot of breaks. Tapi on the times where like events are coming up and we need to start promoting and doing all of like the detailed work, that's gonna be like the week or the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks that's gonna be really busy, but then afterwards it's gonna kind of slow down again, or and things like that. It's gonna be very like based on the department, and it's gonna be based on kind of, is there a big project coming up in the department, or are you helping out another department and things like that. Karena I think for this cabinet year, what Michelle, Hanif, and I emphasized is that we really want to unite all the departments. So we're going to kind of have a grid system whereby whereby people are able to pull officers from different departments to kind of work together. And so kind of just depending on that and like whether or not you kind of want to get more work and kind of be the person in charge for certain things. So that as well.
Thank you, Michelle, Latisa, and Hani for answering the questions. Are there any more questions? From anyone who wants to speak up and just ask a question?
The questions regarding the general requirements or general idea about PERMIAS, yeah. If you ask about the departments, we will have breakout rooms after this one. Yeah, maybe any questions that we can address?
Oh, Razel, Kyla raised the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I ask here without typing?
Yes, of course.
Jadi aku penasaran kayak gimana cara kerja PERMIAS as a whole, as a team, karena kita semua kan ada di different states, and are the meetings all gonna be virtual or atau kayak melalui yang tadi yang per wilayah gitu?
I think Michelle can answer. Currently it's the pandemic, so as of now it's all virtual. But
yep. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I think a lot of it is virtual. Definitely the meetings. Kadang we have to set times. Ada Eastern time, West Coast, Central time, terus Indonesian time. So it's really finding a schedule that works for everyone, and it's gonna be mostly online. Tapi with that said, it doesn't limit people from hanging out together. Jadi biasanya walaupun meetings are online, tetap aja kayak I know some of my friends yang di New York, DC, mereka suka mampir antar kota to literally hang out with other PERMIAS National people, as well as in the West, the LA, some people in SF, we do that too. So a lot of the meetings and coordination are gonna happen online, cuman there's definitely a personal aspect to it. Terus kebanyakan pada ngumpul-ngumpul kalau pada pulang back to Indonesia together, right? Usually the summer or end of the year, usually everyone gathers together as well in Indonesia. Hope that answers your question.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, Harun, you want to answer the next question?
Yeah, another question from Grace. How many officers are we hiring for each departments? As you can see, it's actually depends on the departments. Different departments have different priorities, have different events that they will come up to, and they will need they will need some officers that is really depends on how they need. Jadi we cannot say how many exactly, but yeah, it's pretty much since it's an open recruitment, just like any organization open recruitment, we will open several positions, several officer positions. It will not only just like one officer in one department. It will not be that way. So ya, jadi at least ada, I can say at least ada 2 per department, but it really depends on the how many departments that's needed. Tapi juga itu nggak akan menutup kemungkinan kalau misalnya emang kita ngeliat kalian bagus banget, ya udah, meskipun itu kita nggak akan punya batasan, kita harus strict officers, kita harus ada cut off-nya berapa gitu. Enggak, we really count in your qualities. If we think that we can collaborate, you can get involved with us, and you can be a great we can be a great team, then yeah, we will recruit you. No questions about that. Gitu sih yang bisa aku jawab.
Thank you very much, Ms. Harun. So anyway, what we're saying is that don't be shy to, apply. Just apply. We welcome everyone to apply. And we'll see how compatible you guys are with us or with each of the departments you guys are applying to. And yes, to emphasize on Yolanda's question again, you have to be enrolled in a U.S. university or like a U.S. university to join.
The only one exception is if you're an alumni, you can apply for the alumni department.
Okay,
any more questions?
I think we can go to the breakout rooms.
Actually, sorry, a little bit about Yolanda's question. Jadi, yes, in order to become officer, you have to be a member of the PERMIAS Nasional. And to become a member, you're actually automatically a member if you are an Indonesian student studying in the United States. You're automatically considered as a member. Terus ini mungkin considerationnya karena rencananya mundur. If your admission is within kepengurusan yang sekarang, so for your info, we're actually just starting up our administration this July, and it will the administration will be for 1 year, so until next May 2022. So if your admission is within those dates, then you are able to apply. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, Han, for answering the question. Yeah, you're welcome, of course. So if you have, so I think now we can go ahead and go to the breakout rooms.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see there are 2 breakout rooms that I made. Is it available in the, kelihatan nggak sih?
Can you guys see it? I think it should be on your screen as of now.
Yeah, and you can just start joining the rooms. There will be some of our there'll be our directors there and HR people, so you can directly join and ask specifically about the directors there.
Right.
All right.
I will probably stay in the main room for anyone who's.
Run, itu si events lagi nggak ada. I can represent them for right now kalau perlu.
Yeah, you can join the external agency. This.
Sit.
All right. Okay. Looking good.
How do I join?
Show them the external internal division. I know that's fine.
Yeah. Did you get it?
Did anyone
Alright,
not get it?
Yang stay di sini ada pertanyaan general apa-apa atau specific departments, aku juga bisa bantu jawab.
Hai gengs, aku belum dapat ini deh, invitation-nya.
Seharusnya bisa langsung masuk sih. Kita nggak pakai invitation.
Kalau breakout enggak. Kalau breakout enggak.
Or
Nah,
you
ini
can
baru
go to
dapat.
more
Untuk breakout ya.
and then breakout
Yeah.
rooms.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Sel?
Nah itu aku bingung masuknya gimana. Tadi nggak muncul.
You go to more and then there's like breakout rooms. The
More.
people breakout room.
Ini nggak apa, aku sign aja.
Yeah, thank you ya, Shell.
Yep. Hi Mel.
Hi Shell.
Wait. Before you guys start doing itu, Aurel, since we have like done the general questions, then I think we can close this session. I can close the YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ya di YouTube ya.
Make a closing, Rel.
Oh, okay. So thank you everyone who came to this info session. We really appreciate it, and really look forward to having you guys join us for the next year to come for this particular administration. So thank you everyone, and have a great day or night wherever you are.